I bought both the Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs and the Bose QC25s to keep for a month to make my decision on which one to keep and which one to send back. I originally bought the QC25s because the noise cancellation would be great for walking to class and studying, being that I am a college student. I had a few things that I didn't really like about the QC25s, so I researched for another pair to compare it to, and that's when I found the popular M50Xs. First, I'm going to go over the build and design. The Bose is $300 and comes in 3 different base colors: black, triple black, and white. You can also pay an extra $100 to create a custom colored one. I personally have the black, not to be mistaken with the triple black color. Now the M50s cost about $165 and have 4 base colors: black, blue, white, and dark green. I personally have the blue model. Now be aware the blue model is actually bluer than the pictures on Amazon. I didn't really like this in the beginning, but it's actually growing on me. Now the M50s come with 3 different cables: one 4-foot straight cable, one 10-foot straight cable, and one 4 to 10-foot coiled cable. The Bose comes with one straight 5.5-foot cable with a built-in mic that has volume controls, and my personal model has iPhone functionality to change between songs and fast forwarding. There is also another model that has support for Android phones. Now Bose is going for more of a slim, lightweight, comfortable design, whereas the M50s are going for more of a stronger, bulkier approach. Right off the bat, I noticed the weight difference. The Bose weighs about 6.9 ounces, where the M50s are about 10 ounces. The M50s are clearly more robust and stronger. The metal on the sides helps with this. I never feel I will break these when handling them and putting them in and out of my backpack. That's not to say the Bose are going to break. They're still very durable, and I think Bose found a good balance between weight and durability. Now both can fold up to become more compact for carrying around in their cases. The Bose can turn only about 90 degrees one way and 30 degrees the other way. The 90 degrees turns enables it to become flat and be placed in its carrying case. Now the M50s can turn a whole 180 degrees, or 90 degrees one way and 90 degrees the other way. This is great because it can rest on your neck nicely. Both headphones can also move up and down to fit all shapes and sizes. The M50s have a hinge on the side that enables it to fold up to create a more compact look to fit in its carrying case. The M50s can move up and down a lot more than the Bose, which can cause it to be in very weird positions that can be a hassle to get it back to normal. I can't say who really wins this category. This is purely opinion based, but I personally prefer the smaller and lighter form factor of the Bose QC25s. I also enjoy the look and color of the Bose more. Okay, comfort. When I first put on the QC25s, they completely wrapped around my ears, and because of how deep the inside is, my ears didn't touch anything. This makes the Bose the best choice for long listening sessions. The only problem I had with the Bose is because of the headband is so slim, there is less surface area touching your head, so I found the top of my head hurting a lot faster, even with them being a lot lighter. When I put on the M50s, I noticed how the ear pad went around my ear just like the Bose, but because the inside is so shallow, it rested on top of my ear. This makes my ears become fatigued after an hour or two of listening. Now this is easily fixed with just removing the headphones for a short period of time to give my ears a rest. Now I've always had leather ear pads cause my ears to get very hot. I had a pair of Sony Extra Basses for about 6 years, and after just short listening sessions I would have to take them off to let my ears cool down. My ears still get hot in both of these headphones, but this happens after a longer listening time compared to my Sony Extra Basses. The only headphones my ears didn't get hot in was my Astro A40s, which I sold because the headband caused so much pain to the top of my head. So I've learned that I need fabric ear pads to keep my ears from getting so hot. So I bought a pair of fabric ear pads for the M50s. This is a great option because the ear pads can be swapped on the M50s, where Bose cannot. The material on the Bose ear pads are softer and more comfortable than the M50s. The M50s seem to use a slightly less comfortable leather material, but it's still very comfortable. But I just wish there was more material inside of the leather on the M50s. It just doesn't provide enough cushion as the Bose do. All in all, I think Bose wins the comfort category. I would much prefer to wear the Bose for a long period of time than the M50s hands down. The lightweight form factor with how deep the inside of the ear pads are makes it feel like you have nothing on your head. Alright, noise cancellation. The Bose has built-in noise cancellation where the M50s only have noise isolation. You can learn about these in Linus's video in the description. When I first turned on the noise cancellation on the Bose, I was shocked and disappointed all at the same time. I felt a lot of pressure in my ears, like I needed to pop them. I then had my mom try them on to see if she felt the same thing, and she was actually getting nauseous. This mostly goes away after a week of getting used to it. I could still feel it causing a bit of pressure, and it actually gives occasional headaches after some time. This completely depends on the person. I have some friends and coworkers who have the Bose, and they love it and don't feel anything when it's turned on. This is something you will just have to try on your own. Now, besides how the noise cancellation makes me feel, does it actually work? And yes, it does. It's great. It drowns everything out and it makes you hear details in songs that you never heard before. Walking to class next to the road is great. I will only hear a loud truck go by. Every other car is unheard. Now, the M50s actually only have noise isolation, but it's actually surprisingly good. You will still hear mumbles of sound, but it does a great job of taking care of most of the unwanted background noise. You will still have to turn the volume up a little bit more to isolate the outside noise, whereas the Bose, you can just have the volume very low and not hear a thing of outside noise. The Bose obviously wins this category, but I personally enjoy the M50's approach because I don't feel sick when I'm using them. Alright, sound quality. Now this is a big one. The two important areas for me are comfort and sound quality, and Bose has already won comfort for me. Now I tested the sound on many genres of music and many PC games being used from a dorm room to a busy street. Like I mentioned before, I bought the Bose first, and I was already getting used to the sound of the Bose. It is flat with no boosts on the treble or bass. It produces very clear sound because the noise cancellation takes every unwanted background noise out of the equation, but the Bose is nothing spectacular and it didn't blow my mind. When I tried the M50s on, I noticed a significant difference. You can clearly hear much more detail on the M50s. It sounds like the treble is a little bit higher and clearer over the Bose. You would then think the bass lacks, especially because these are studio monitoring headphones. These type of headphones are meant to produce flat, clear sound for sound mixing. I personally thought the bass was slightly better than the Bose, but my roommate thought they had about the same. Now the bass on these headphones isn't going to blow you away or anything. I personally would like a little bit more bass for hip hop and electronic music, but then I think to myself that it would take away from music that isn't meant to have that much bass. So if you are a bass head, I wouldn't recommend any of these headphones. When I listen to them, I think to myself that this is the sound that the producer meant for the sound to sound like. One thing to mention too, I've noticed in a few songs that the M50s create a better surround sound experience than the Bose. A lot of the times I find myself playing the same song and switching between headphones, and every time I can clearly say the M50s are the winner here. So here's the outcome. I will be sending back the Bose QC25s. After hearing how the M50s sound, I can't have anything less. I will miss the comfort of the QC25s though. The fabric earpads I purchased for the M50s aren't any thicker than the default leather ones, so I plan on purchasing thicker earpads to try to create a deeper inside so the M50s don't rest on my ears, but the default leather ones are just fine for now. I just like that I have the option to change them in the future, where with the Bose I have nothing. I'm stuck with the leather ones. Another thing I will miss from the Bose is the built-in microphone with the ability to answer phone calls and talk to people online. But I do plan on getting a Mod Mic 4 for the M50s to use with gaming and talking to friends online. If I wanted to use the Mod Mic to answer phone calls, I will need a funky adapter and it will just look weird with a microphone on it, so the Mod Mic will be strictly for talking to friends online. Otherwise, I don't really mind that the M50s are slightly less comfortable than the Bose. It is still a very comfortable pair of headphones, and it just seems the sound quality and the price is something that brings the M50s to the top. Alright, so here's the bottom line. The Bose are $300, where the M50s are almost half the price at $165. The Bose QC25 is a pair of headphones for somebody who needs a portable, lightweight design that wants to use the noise cancellation as their main use. The M50s are for somebody who wants the best sound quality you can get for the money. This headphone is perfect for gaming, music editing, and editing videos. Now that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope this comparison helps your decision, and thank you so much for watching.